Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Man, tough loss tonight. Very disappointing loss. We come up short and lose 4-3 to the San Francisco Giants. We still take two of three, uh, and not only take two of three, but win the season series against the Giants. Uh, and yeah, but with this loss, this unfortunately officially eliminated us from playoff contention. That's right. We knew our playoff chances, at the start of the day were very, very slim. We needed pretty much a miracle to get in. And, well, both the Mets and the Reds lost. We got two things that had to happen. And the Diamondbacks were losing to the Dodgers, but however, they're actually now in extra innings. So, but we had to win this game in order for us to keep our playoff hopes alive. And, well, that did not happen. We were able to come back and tie it up in the eighth, but Giants got the go-ahead run in the bottom of the eighth to then officially eliminate us from playoff contention for unfortunately a third straight year. So it's definitely disappointing. Uh, and we honestly, I think probably it surprised a lot of people. Not a lot of people, fans, were expecting us to be this good. And at one point we actually were in first place in the division, and it looked like it was going to be either the Cardinals or Cubs to win the Central Division, but the Brewers kind of out of nowhere got hot in July, and they of course end up winning the division and are potentially could have a 100-win season. So definitely is disappointing, but yeah, I'm still pretty impressed of how we ended up doing this season, but definitely a lot to improve on for next year, and we still have 3 games left in this season. So anyway, the Giants take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second. RBI double by Jun Ho Lee. That would score a run to make it 1-0 Giants. And then we would come right back tied up 1-1. RBI double by Brendan Donovan, scoring Victor Scott. Donovan tied a Major League record with 4 doubles in last night's game. And another one here, so 5 doubles in the past 2 games now for Donovan, the All-Star. So that would tie it up 1-1, and then the red-hot Ivan Herrera would drive in Donovan to tie it up, to put us up 2-1. Herrera, who had homered in back-to-back game and 3 straight games, and yeah, and boy, he's had a huge month of September, and I mean, who knows what this team could have been like if Herrera was actually healthy for the entire season, if he did not have that knee injury in like the second week of the season, and also had another injury that cost him about a month also. So yeah, what a year it's been for Ivan Herrera. So fortunately, our league would not last for long. The Giants would tie it up 2-2 in the bottom of the third. Solo home run by Rafael Devers. For Devers, now has 32 home runs in the year combined with Boston and San Francisco. So that would tie it up 2-2. Sonny Gray would get through 6 innings in his final start of 2025. And he picked up his 200 strikeout and finishes with 201 strikeouts for the season. So he starts his Cardinals career with back-to-back seasons with 200 strikeouts. So that's pretty impressive. And it's the first time in his career that he's actually has had back-to-back 200 strikeout seasons. So that's a little surprising, I think, but still that's pretty impressive. So far the contract and the money we used to get him has worked out well. And fortunately, since it was a tie game, Sonny Gray would not be qualified to get the win. He potentially could get the loss. Uh, The Giants take a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the fourth. Sacrifice fly by ex-Cardinals catcher Andrew Kisner to give the Giants a 3-2 lead, and it would stay tied, or we would then tie it up in the top of the eighth. Nolan Arenado a sacrifice fly to tie it 3-3 with Herrera scoring and Burleson at third, so the go-ahead run just 90 feet away. But Lars Nootbaar would walk, and then Thomas Saggese would strike out, so man could have gotten the lead back. And with the game tied, Andrew Kisner with an RBI triple to give the Giants a 4-3 lead off of Riley O'Brien. And so down to our final 3 outs in the top of the ninth. Pedro Pa has to get it started with the leadoff single. However, then Jordan Walker would ground into a double play. So just like that, we'd be down to our final out. And Jose Fermin, pinch hitting for Victor Scott, was bunting, and it was a close play, but he would be called out. No challenge, and that would be that. So, yeah, the Cardinals for a third straight year will miss out on the playoffs. Definitely disappointing. So, but we can still finish with a 500 record. However, for that to happen, we have to sweep the Chicago Cubs over the weekend, which won't be easy, but it's possible. So we'll just see what happens. So now, with us eliminated, the final wildcard spot, which is still yet to be determined, will either be the Mets, Reds, or Diamondbacks. So it's going to be one of those 3 teams. The Cubs and Padres have already clinched playoff spots and wild card spots. So, yeah, just disappointing that we're not going to be in the playoffs, that's for sure. But, definitely we're better than I expected. Even I didn't think that we would be this good. We got off to a pretty good start to the season. We're so good at home through the first 2 months, and then we had a cold streak, and then there really were just, I think, too many good teams in the National League. So, but oh well. So hopefully we can just try to finish 500. We face the Chicago Cubs beginning Friday. So till then, comments for saying go Cards.